Okay, in my absence, you're going to be undertaking a couple of different activities, one of which is a Constitution scavenger hunt. Hopefully, you'll be able to find that in classroom. For now, I'm going to hide my fat face so I can show you a couple of different aspects of this. Make note that it goes through the amendments and the articles. It really covers the Constitution. And in the interactive Constitution, which you'll see a link to, and you've actually had before, we were looking at Constitution terms, you can find the amendments and then the articles. And under the articles, it'll show you different sections there where you can find different provisions, or you can search them as well. That's fine. But the make a note that for most of these, it is just a number. The text is just a number, not sixth, not seventh, not eighth, but just a number. This, for example, we've learned in the amendments under we've learned about the amendment gives power to state governments. That would be, that would be 10, but you just put the answer 10. The amendment that allows people the right to a trial and not to testify against themselves, or the right that gives the people the right to not testify against themselves or tried twice for the same crime, 5, and it would just be 5. And the amendment that gives people the rights to a speedy trial and the right to have a lawyer, that would be 6, right? But you notice you're just putting the number. There is one question that talks about the term for judges. That will not be a number. That will be, and I will just kind of explain this. I think I've explained this once in class, or once or twice. It would be life or good behavior, life with good behavior. The federal judges serve for life, but they have to be, maintaining a docket. They have to be lucid. They have to be and not committing crimes. They can be impeached, but it doesn't happen too often. So the answer to that question would just be life with good behavior. Life with good behavior. For how long does a judge serve in a federal judge serve? Next, this should take you a day and a half. Next, you're going to use the interactive Constitution. Next, you're going to look at some problems. I'm going to set my webcam again in studying crimes and a crime in America. And we're going to look at some problems. So the first thing you're going to do is look at you're going to rank some commission to evaluate laws. You're going to rank them by very serious, undecided, less serious, not serious, and note whether you think that the act should be a crime. And you're going to do those, and then on page 78, page 79, problem 7.4, we're going to start looking at. You're going to look at the recommendations for community policing, connecting the police and communities. When you look at these recommendations, for some of the recommendations for communities, do you agree or disagree? What do you think the most important causes of crime in your community are? And I think you only have to do A and B there. 7.5, you're going to look at a scenario about weapons at school, and you're going to answer the questions about a scenario about weapons at school and what you think about weapons at school. 7.7, cases of gun control, which is always a hot button issue. Remember, the Constitution, doesn't necessarily say everybody has the right to carry guns, but there are some restrictions. So go ahead and look at the language of the Second Amendment, and you can look at that even right here, right in the interactive Constitution. You don't even need page 603. You can look at it in the interactive Constitution and then answer the questions in those scenarios about the gun control laws. And then 7.9, graduation party scenario. If I get to that, asking about should parents of a friend who was assaulted be able to sue for monetary damages? The parents, and should they be held liability of parents? And then drugs in the city, and looking at some scenarios about drugs in the city and the drug epidemic, and what can be done about the cost of drugs, and whether prevention is good, or what else needs to be done. So you'll need to do some independent reading, and most of these you're going to need to answer in complete sentences. This will probably take you quite a bit of 3 to 4 class periods if we're looking at this. Some of this we will intermix in class as we go along, but it gives us an independent introduction to this. So again, Constitutional Web Quest, and then crime in America, looking at considering various scenarios related to the nature of crimes and scenario and crime statistics and data and how it impacts society.